Welcome to ComfortTV.channel news, bringing you verified and balanced news from Nigeria and around the world. My name is Faith Kevin. Thank you for joining us. In the headlines, President Tinubu urges Nigerian academia to prefer solutions to societal problems. Senator Wabara reaffirms PDP's resolve to survive. APC poised to welcome Taraba Governor Kefas this week. Southwest speakers unite on reforms, security and regional growth. Ondo speakers dismisses impeachment plot as lawmakers pass vote of confidence. Benue community records 50 deaths in 10 months. PFN accuses government of inaction on attacks on Christians Persist. On business news, Minister flags of 160 billion naira wheat production for 2025-2026 dry season farming. Jonas Nigeria debuts 3 billion naira commercial paper on NASD platform. Head on foreign saying thousands of Filipinos take the streets for government transparency. Lebanon to file UN complaint over Israeli border wall construction. On sports, Manchester United make inquiry over Borussia Dortmund winger Karim Adeyemi. Abakaliki FC suspend coach Onyedika indefinitely. Now the news. President Bola Tinubu has urged Nigerian academia to urgently come out with impactful research that would prefer solutions to the country's challenges. President Tinubu made the appeal at the award of postgraduate certificates at the 36th convocation of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Futa. The president, who was represented by the Executive Secretary of the National Universities Commission, NUC, Professor Abdullahi Ribadu, said he believed that FUTA is endowed with high-quality and innovative researchers who could take up the task. President Tinubu asked FUTA to remain forthright and focused to uphold confidence reposed in it by the government and stakeholders. He enjoined stakeholders in the sector not to rely solely on government for funding, asking for improved interconnection between universities and industries. According to him, funding of universities all over the world is a collective responsibility of all stakeholders. He asked for research outputs from tertiary institutions to be more impactful, such that industries could make use of them. The president, who is a visitor to the university, tasked the graduates to utilize their proficiency in diverse entrepreneurial activities, agricultural and ICT skills to create jobs and be self-reliant. The chairman of the People's Democratic Party PDP Board of Trustees, Senator Adolphus Wabara, has given an assurance that the party would overcome all its present challenges. Senator Wabara, who spoke at the party's national convention in Lebanon, categorically stated that PDP will not die. The board chairman, in his goodwill message at the event, commended members of the PDP for their resilience, democratic spirit and commitment to making Nigeria better. He tasked the incoming members of the PDP National Working Committee to focus on reconciliation and inclusive leadership. Also speaking, a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party PDP, Ambassador Olufemi Ajadi Oguntoyimbo, has hailed the party members for their peaceful conduct at the National Convention of the party, saying the convention will lead to a strong and formidable PDP that would defeat the All Progressives Congress come 2027. Ambassador Ajadi, who won the governorship candidates of the New Nigerian People's Party in Ondo State before his defection, said the peaceful conduct of the members at the convention and the huge turnout of delegates and members is an indication that the PDP remains strong and formidable despite its recent crisis. He said PDP will reclaim its glory with the peaceful conduct of its national convention. He specifically appreciated Governor Seyi Makinde of Ondo State, the chairman of the planning committee for the convention, Governor Ahmad Umaru Fintiri of Adamawa State, and the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, Dr. Bala Mohammed, for their efforts, which he said resulted in a rancor-free national convention. The National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress APC is set to formally receive Taraba State Governor Dr. Abu Kefas into the party on Wednesday, drawing a decisive end to months of speculation surrounding his political future. His defection has been one of the most closely watched developments in recent months, especially as the People's Democratic Party PDP continues to grapple with internal fractures and high-profile exits. According to party officials, the APC has completed all preparations for what it expected to be a significant event in the nation's political landscape. The party's leadership has reportedly been fully mobilized to ensure a smooth transition to the Taraba governor, whose move is seen as the major boost for the ruling party's influence in the northeast. Governor Kefas has been at the center of defection rumors for nearly 5 months, following growing signs of political realignment across several states. His decision to finally cross over will further deplete the shrinking ranks of PDP governors and reinforce the APC's dominance ahead of future electoral cycles. With his entry, Governor Kefas becomes the 5th PDP governor to switch to the ruling APC this year, deepening ongoing shifts within the country's political blocs. His defection is expected to trigger new conversations about the PDP's internal cohesion and the APC's expanding coalition as both parties position themselves for upcoming national and state-level contests. The Conference of Speakers of Southwest State has reaffirmed its commitment to deepening democratic governance, strengthening legislative collaboration, and accelerating regional development across the zone. This was contained in a communique jointly signed by the national chairman of the conference and Speaker of the Ondo State House of Assembly, Honorable Adebo Gundoyin. Chairman of the Southwest Conference of Speakers and Speaker of the Ekiti State House of Assembly, Honorable Adeoye Oribasoye, Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, Honorable Oludese Olusegun Elemide, and Speaker of the Osun State House of Assembly, Honorable Olumide Adewale Egbedun, followed their meeting in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Presenting the resolutions, Honorable Oribasoye commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his efforts in promoting national unity and development. He also lauded Ogun State Governor Dakpo Abiodun for the ongoing infrastructural transformation across the state. The Speaker further applauded Southwest governors for sustaining regional growth initiatives and driving economic progress. During the meeting, the conference deliberated extensively on governance, national development, and constitutional reforms. The speakers resolved to adopt a common position on major national issues, including electoral reforms, inclusive governance, devolution of powers, state policing and security, fiscal reforms, citizenship and indigenship, and strengthening local government administration. The conference emphasized the need to review and harmonize standing orders across Southwest legislatures to enhance uniformity and efficiency in lawmaking. It also announced plans to convene a Southwest Legislative Summit in Ondo State during the first quarter of 2026 to promote peer learning and strategic development among houses of assembly in the region. The Speaker of the Ondo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Olamide Oladiji, has dismissed the impeachment move initiated by 12 lawmakers, describing their demands as driven by personal interest rather than public good. Honorable Oladiji addressed newsmen in Akure, stating that the agitation by the opposing lawmakers will not derail the Assembly from amending and passing the reordered 2025 appropriation budget submitted by Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. He stressed that the legislature will continue to carry out its constitutional duties without political distractions ahead of the 2025 general elections. The Speaker, accompanied by key principal officers including Deputy Speaker Olalade Gbegudu and Chairman of the Finance and Appropriation Committee Oluwole Ogumolasui, urged residents to disregard the call for his removal. He also dismissed allegations of diverting 50 million naira, maintaining that he does not handle or manage assembly funds and has been running the House strictly in line with his rules and standing orders. The Right Honorable reiterated the Assembly's commitment to supporting Governor Aiyedatiwa in delivering democratic dividends to citizens. In a major boost for the Speaker, 14 out of the 26 lawmakers signed a resolution passing a vote of confidence in his leadership. The legislators described the allegations against him as baseless and politically motivated. Community leaders in Benue State have disclosed that no fewer than 50 lives have been lost in Tombo Community, Logo local government area of Benue State in 10 months. The leaders, including Mr. Tiza Job and Joseph Tvasa, revealed during a condolence visit by Senator Emmanuel Udende, who represented Benue Northeast Senatorial District. They lamented that Tombo, once renowned as a major fruit-producing hub in the state, had been crippled by relentless violence. The leaders, however, expressed gratitude to Senator Udende for previously providing relief materials after earlier assaults, praying for the strength and capacity for him to do even more. Senator Udende said he was in Tombo to console the grieving families and reaffirm his commitment to their safety. He urged the people to remain calm and patient as efforts to restore peace and security intensify. The Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria (PFN) has raised alarm over what it describes as sustained and targeted violence against Christian communities in several parts of the country. The body accused the government of indifference and failing to bring perpetrators of religious attacks to justice. The PFN president, Bishop Wale Oke, addressed journalists after an emergency executive meeting at the fellowship's national headquarters in Lagos. He called on President Bola Tinubu to overhaul the nation's security architecture and take urgent steps to halt the killings, abductions, and displacement of Christians in parts of Borno, Plateau, Benue, and other states. The fellowship expressed concern that individuals responsible for high-profile incidents include the killing of Deborah Samuel in Sokoto and the abduction of Leah Sharibu and the Chibok schoolgirls have not been held accountable. It warned that lack of consequences has emboldened attackers and deepened insecurity. PFN leaders noted that the organization had repeatedly raised the alarm over rising violence in Christian-dominated communities, citing mass killings in Plateau and Benue as examples of the scale of the crisis. They said evidence of these incidents had been documented over the years, but lamented that government action remained inadequate. ComfortTV.Channel news returns shortly with business, foreign, and sports news. Many thanks for staying with us. This is ComfortTV.Channel news. In the world of business, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, has said that the federal government of Nigeria is targeting an output value of approximately 160 billion naira from wheat production for the 2025-2026 dry season as part of its efforts to enhance food sovereignty and reduce dependence on import. The minister made this known during the flag-off of the subsidized agricultural inputs distribution of 2025-2026 dry season wheat production program under the National Agricultural Growth and Agro Pocket Project held in Jere local government area, Borno State. Senator Kyari revealed that the ministry through NAG's program has earmarked 40,000 hectares of land for 2025-2026 dry season wheat production and registered 80,000 farmers with an expected output value of approximately 160 billion naira. He said that out of the 40,000 hectares earmarked for wheat production this dry season, 3,000 hectares have been allocated to Borno State with 6,000 registered wheat farmers. The minister recalled that under the 2023-2024 dry season wheat production program, a total of 107,429 registered farmers were supported with critical subsidized inputs, resulting in an output valued at 474,628, valued at over 474 billion naira. During the 2024-2025 dry season, 279,297 registered farmers received support with an output value of over 893 billion naira. He noted that for the current 2025-2026 season, the program is targeting 80,000 registered farmers with an expected output value of approximately 160 billion naira. Senator Kyari pointed out that the project is designed to include women and young people, enabling them to access training and agricultural opportunities. Still on business, NASD PLC has officially listed Jonas Nigeria Limited's 3 billion naira Series 1 commercial paper CP, the first issuance under the company's 10 billion naira CP program. The offer, which ran from August 27 to September 4, 2025, is set to mature on June 2, 2026. Arranged by Pathway Advisors Limited, the 270-day Series 1 CP offers investors an annual yield of 25%. Proceeds from the issuance will support Jonas' short-term working capital need as the company strengthens its market position. The listing marks a significant milestone for NASD PLC commercial paper platform, reflecting growing confidence in private companies leveraging the market for transparency and structured capital access. Observers noted that the momentum generated by such credible listings enhances market confidence and fosters a more vibrant investment ecosystem. Founded in 1992, Jonas Nigeria Limited is a leading indigenous producer of edible vegetable oil. The company has expanded from a 50 TPD operation in a modern processing facility featuring a 200 TPD solvent extraction plant, 3 storage silos, a 200 TPD refinery, and a high-capacity roasting unit. Onto the foreign scene, thousands of Filipinos gathered at 2 major public rallies in Metro Manila to demand government accountability and transparency following 2 deadly typhoons that struck the country. Rallies were held at the Rizal Park in Manila, hosted by religious group Iglesia ni Cristo, and at EDSA People Power Monument in Quezon City, organized by the United People's Initiative, a group led by retired military officers. A total of 16,433 police officers were deployed across both locations to ensure security. The protest follows Typhoon Fongwang and Typhoon Kalmegi, which killed at least 259 people and left 114 missing, affecting millions of residents. The demonstrations also come in the wake of recent allegations of corruption, including mass fraud in nearly 9,855 flood control projects valued at more than 545 billion pesos, which equals $9.5 billion. Participants called for transparency, accountability from public officials, the disclosure of assets and liabilities, and the signing of bank secrecy waivers by government authorities. The rallies reflect growing public concern over governance and the management of disaster relief efforts. Moving on, Lebanon has announced plans to file a complaint with the United Nations Security Council over Israel's construction of a concrete wall along the southern border that extends beyond the UN-mapped Blue Line. The Blue Line separates Lebanon from Israel and the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights, and Israeli forces withdrew to it when leaving South Lebanon in 2000. The UN reported that the wall has made more than 4,000 square meters of Lebanese territory inaccessible to local residents. Lebanon stated that Israel's construction violates UN Security Council resolutions and infringes on its sovereignty and territorial integrity. UN peacekeepers from the UN interim force in Lebanon have requested the wall's removal. Israel has denied that the wall crosses the Blue Line, describing it as a part of a broader military plan initiated in 2022 to reinforce the northern border. UNIFIL, established in 1978, currently operates with over 10,000 troops from 50 countries and approximately 800 civilian staff, monitoring the area between the Litani River and the Blue Line. On sports, Borussia Dortmund winger Karim Adeyemi, Manchester United, have reportedly made an inquiry into the availability of Borussia Dortmund's winger Karim Adeyemi following stalled contract negotiations between the German international and his current club. 23-year-old Adeyemi has a contract with Dortmund until 2027, but talks over an extension have been complicated by a disagreement regarding a release clause which the player and his representatives are insisted be included. The impasse has attracted interest from several top European clubs, with Manchester United closely monitoring developments. Born in Munich, Adeyemi was eligible to represent Nigeria through his father and Romania through his mother, but opted to play for Germany, earning 11 caps since his senior debut in the 2021 World Cup qualifier against Armenia. Dortmund remained determined to retain the forward, though the ongoing contract dispute and recent reports of minor tensions with manager Niko Kovac have intensified scrutiny over Adeyemi's long-term role at the Bundesliga club. Still on sports, the management of Abakaliki FC of Ebonyi has announced the indefinite suspension of its chief coach Ifeanyi Onyedika over the team's unimpressive performance so far. The decision was announced at the Pangele Oruta Stadium, Abakaliki, after the team drew 1-1 with Calabar Rovers of Cross River in its opening Nigerian National League fixture. The chairman of the club, Senator Obinna Ogba, told newsmen after the match that coach Onyedika, an AFCON 80 winner, was suspended indefinitely because the management has run out of patience with him. He further announced that the team's assistant coach, Staplos Anista, will take over the team's technical department immediately. The Commissioner for Youth Development and Sports, Richard Idike, said Coach Onyedika's suspension was welcome as it was hoped to ensure better performances. He said that everything would be done to ensure that Governor Francis Nwifuru's investment in the club yielded the desired fruit. And that's our news bulletin this evening, but before we go, a recap of our top stories. President Tinubu urges Nigerians academia to provide solution to societal problems. Senator Wabara reaffirms PDP's resolve to survive. APC boys to welcome Taraba Governor Kefas this week. Southwest speakers unite on reforms, security, and regional growth. Ondo Speaker dismisses impeachment plot as lawmakers pass vote of confidence. Benue community records 50 deaths in 10 months. PFN accuses government of inaction as attacks on Christians persist. On business, Jonas Nigeria debuts 3 billion naira commercial paper on NASD platform. On the foreign scene, thousands of Filipinos take the streets for government transparency. And on sports, Manchester United make inquiry over Borussia Dortmund winger Karim Adeyemi. Thanks for watching. For breaking news, exclusive interviews and more, follow us online at ComfortTV.channel on all platforms. Remember to like and share our videos, subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any updates. My name is Faith Kevin. Until next time, stay informed, stay connected.